Nutrition in plants. How do plants obtain their requirements for photosynthesis? We will be learning this. And role of leaves in photosynthesis and synthesis of food other than carbohydrates by plants. And if you have not watched the previous episodes, then please check out in the description and also in this channel. You can easily get. So how do plants obtain their requirements? For photosynthesis, plants need the following items. So that is, first of all, carbon dioxide. We know these four things are required by plants for photosynthesis. It requires carbon dioxide and plant that it takes by itself, and these two things also affects the photosynthesis by lack. If the lack of carbon dioxide and water is there, then it, the plant faces difficulty to prepare the food. Okay, and sunlight is and chlorophyll, they are naturally present. Okay, they are naturally present. Sunlight is everywhere, but not at all everywhere. That depends on also the position of the plant or the place of the plant. And carbon dioxide. So carbon dioxide, plant take up carbon dioxide. Plant take in. Okay, here we go in. Plant take in carbon. They take in carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. Okay, atmosphere or the air through stomata. In the last episode, I told you about stomata. What is stomata? So stomata is present on the undersurface of the leaves. Okay, the stomata are small pores that are present on the undersurface of the leaves. Okay, this is a leaf. This is a leaf. So the upper part that you can see, this is the upper part. Okay, the front part, you can see this part, and the part that is backward. Okay, below part. See this is nothing but this part, the upper part, and the below part of the leaf, the bottom part. The below part is there are the stomata present. Okay, there is the stomata. And we will be knowing about stomata, studying about the stomata in detail. Okay, water from the soil through the root system. Okay, the plant takes the uh, underground water through the root system. Oh, okay, the root absorbs the water from the soil, and then through xylem and phloem, they are taken to the plant leaves. Sunlight, it comes from sun. Okay, sunlight comes from sun. We know that. Chlorophyll, it is natural present. These two are natural present. Plants need to do something for obtaining these two, but these two are naturally present. Chlorophyll, it is a green pigment in leaves. This is stomata on the undersurface of the leaves. Okay, on the undersurface of the leaves, this stomata is present. See, this is stomata. Um, See, just like this is stomata, the stomata opens. This is the nucleus, and this is the chloroplast cells, and this is the vacuole. This is vacuole, and this is the guard cell. Okay, the green filling in this, that is the guard cell, and this is the cell wall. And this is how stomata opens. This is the stomata that is closed. This is the stomata that is opened. Like this, then it takes in the CO2. Okay, and also it also release O2, that is oxygen. This is carbon dioxide. It takes in carbon dioxide and then release oxygen. And how do it release oxygen? Just go through the second episode. There we have done an as activity also to show that plant take out oxygen. Okay, and we will be doing in some episode we'll try to cover more activities to prove these things. Okay, in these episodes we are just learning about these things. The activities we can cover in the separate episode. So it takes out carbon dioxide, sorry, it takes in carbon dioxide and release oxygen during photosynthesis. You see, this is tomato. We in this diagram, this part is only given, and here the outer part is. See, this is the. Just don't go through this language. This is just a picture from internet. So the language is different here. So just ignore this language. Okay. This is present on the under surface of the leaf. This is the cell epidermis. Okay. And this is the cell wall. And this is the guard cell. Okay, now role of leaves in photosynthesis. Before that, just remember this that the photosynthesis mostly occurs in the leaves. Not all, but not all plants. See, just suppose a cactus is there. Okay, a cactus is like this, right? So the cactus have spines. Okay, it has spines. Not the leaves. Cactus do not have leaves, but they have spines. Okay, so those spines are some small stems, like spiny stems. So the photosynthesis occurs in these stems. Okay, the plants do not have leaves like this, so the uh, photosynthesis occurs in their stem. So photosynthesis occurs mostly in leaves. Okay, mostly, but those who don't have leaves, they happens in the stem. Okay. The inner structure of the leaves shows two important features: presence of chlorophyll containing cells. uh, The inner structure of the leaf. So this is just like the leaf we see the like, but what is inside this leaf? Okay, what is inside this leaf actually? That is what we're talking about. So presence of chlorophyll containing cells, presence of stomata, and carbon dioxide enters through it. See, this is the inner structure of the leaf. Uh, and the sunlight, okay, the light energy. This is the solar energy, and the solar energy uh, comes inside it. Okay, the solar energy uh, comes in the plant. Okay, it comes in the plant, and then through stomata, carbon dioxide gets in, and H2O. And see, H2O is also through transpiration. That we'll learn later. Transpiration also will be studied, but transpiration later will come. Transpiration later. Okay. So, and O2 also. Okay. H2O means water through transpiration also. It releases some water also. Okay. And through the stem, xylem and phloem that are present in the stems of the plant, they helps in the transportation of the water. So through roots, then the water comes in the plant. Okay. And then in the mesophyll cells, this okay, it happens in the mesophyll cells. Okay. And also the see, we know that the formula of it that CO2 plus carbon dioxide plus oh, uh, carbon dioxide plus water in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll uh, gives out glucose, right? And then if the plant stores that glucose in the night, and then the glucose the stored when we store the plant the stored glucose, then it becomes a starch. Then it's known as the starch. Now synthesis of food other than carbohydrates. Synthesize means to build up. Okay, in first episode we learned about what is synthesis. So this is building up. This means synthesize means to build up. Building up means to make up. So plants building up. So plants build up glucose or make glucose through photosynthesis. Okay, they make glucose through photosynthesis. Okay, and glucose is the simplest carbohydrate. Okay, we know that glucose is the simplest carbohydrates, and they contains carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. Okay. Remember the formula. Carbon, hydrogen and oxygen are present. C, 6, C, C6 and I think 6 will be there or not, I cannot afford, but just remember this that these things are present. This is the formula. See, this is carbon, hydrogen, oxygen. Okay, these are present. These contain glucose contains this. And plants synthesize other food nutrients. Okay. Okay. Plants build up other food nutrients also, such as fats and proteins. How do they build up fats and proteins? Through amino acids. Okay, and proteins, they contain elements like nitrogen, phosphorus, and sulfur. The process by which synthesize proteins, or the process by which they synthesize proteins and fats from the glucose is quite complex. These are not in simpler form. These are very complex. Okay. Like the food, see this, a carrot is complex. Okay. And when you chew it, when the carrot is digested, then it becomes simpler, in simpler form. Okay. This carrot is complex, and when we eat it, then it becomes a simple soluble form. Okay. So that is also like, uh, the process by which the builded up proteins and fats from the glucose. Yeah, the proteins and fats that are built from the glucose, they are complex. And the other elements that are present in proteins, the other elements present in proteins are derived from the soil. So plants get nitrogen in the form of soluble salts. The nitrogen obtained by the plant is in the form of soluble salt, such as nitrates, urea, ammonium, sulfate, etc., from the soil through the root system. That is it for today. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on the bell notification for getting the updates of the new videos.